Hi everyone, this is Karen for One Holistic Community. Today we're going to talk about how to live as your true self. Basically, we'll talk about human design with Deniece Arquiza. Hi Denise. Oh, where is Denise? She's not yet here. Actually, we've been having technical difficulties since earlier. There you go. Hi Denise. Welcome to Creating Space. Kamusta ka naman? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you for being here
Eto, medyo
finally.
busy, pero yeah. Ay,
Sige.
hello.
Yes, we
Ayan.
can hear
So,
you.
actually, okay. Yeah. Ayan. Kamusta ka rin naman? Medyo busy lang, pero yeah, like, we can make time for this, syempre.
Oo. Ay, nako. Alam niyo ba, mahirap magpabook ng schedule dyan kay Denise, ha? So, yung mga tao na who likes
Ayan.
to talk
Actually,
about,
I'm
ask
excited.
questions. Okay. Where is Denise? Basically, what I'm telling you guys is it's hard to book a slot with her. So I'm really, really excited that she's here with us. But it's full moons this weekend and eclipse is happening and our connections are going haywire. So sorry about this, but we're still doing this anyway. Today we're going to talk about human design. So if you have questions for Denise, I guess now is a good time to ask questions about human design. Do you know who you are? What's your human design body graph? Because I know I just learned from Denise like a couple of weeks ago, that I'm a generator. And I don't know what that means. I guess for the ones here, ano ba kayo? Projector ba? Are you a projector? Are you a manifester? There! Hi, Denise! We're
Hello again.
blaming it on the eclipse.
Yeah. Actually, nagugulat talaga ako na bakit kung kailan nandito na tayo, tsaka nagkakaroon ng technicalities, pero kaya natin 'to. Like,
Yes, yes.
we can do
Actually,
this, Charles. So,
Kanina pa nagkakaroon
yeah,
ng
I'm so excited
technicalities.
to introduce human design to all of you.
Yay! I was telling them, it's just a couple of weeks ago that I learned that
True.
I'm a
Kahit yung lineup
generator.
ng clients ko ngayon, like, may delay.
Ah, really? Why is that? Can you tell us first, what is human design? Sobrang ingay niyan ngayon. We hear that from a lot of healers and people are studying this. Human design. What is this?
Oh. Ay, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hala,
Please tell
naglalag
us.
talaga siya.
Naglalag. Sige, I'll
What's
type it.
happening?
It's okay. We will type na lang din. We'll make this happen. Here you
Well,
go. This is your question.
yeah, human design is the science of differentiation. Ay, pero okay ba yung reception sa akin? Yeah.
Yes, you're clear. You're clear.
Pa-inform na lang ako kapag may hiccups. Yeah, kasi para ano, smooth
Yeah.
sailing tayo ngayon. Okay?
Yes.
So, anyway, hello. Choppy ba
Hello,
ako?
you're
Hala
clear.
siya.
You're clear. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello?
We're good.
Hello?
We can hear you. Hello. We can hear you.
Hello?
Hello. Denise. Oh my gosh, this is really happening. Denise, we can hear you. I've been waiting for this conversation. Do you know what your chart is? What your body chart is? Please let us know below. What are you? Are you a projector, a generator, a manifester? Meron mo bang manifester? I know there's a manifestor generator. Can you let us know? And so we can ask them specific things about your human design. And what do you like to ask about human design, basically? Interesting. Denise will show us charts later. So we'll see. Oh, we're still online healing community. By the way, we used to be online healing community, but now we're now one holistic community. We did a rebrand, and today we're going to talk to Deniece Arquiza about your human design. I actually have my body graph here, and Denise showed it to me, but I don't know what it means. Like, I have a very Karen's body graph. There you go. But does this mean if I show this to you, parang you'll know everything about me na daw? That's what this Denise said. But I really don't understand it. So I guess it's okay. Where's Denise? Denise is not yet here. From your computer. Okay. So do you have any questions so far about your human design? It's going to be the long weekend very, very soon. So I hope you have plans to take care of yourself also this long weekend. And it's just so weird that I'm talking by myself right now. So if you have questions, let me know while we're waiting for Denise to come up. But generally, I've been talking to Denise about human design. And for me, it's so conflicting. Ang dami-daming kailangang aralin. There's so many things you have to study with human design. There's so many things you have to know. But what she told me was, if there's one thing that you have to look at in terms of human design, just look at your strategy. That's what she said. And there's one more thing. If you can ace it, then it's going to be okay for you. Ayan. Sabi niya, it's normal if you're looking at your human design for you to be very overwhelmed because there's so many information. So what you can focus on is your strategy and authority. And that's what I've been working on in the past 2 weeks before I do this interview. Um, before I was preparing for this interview. And yeah, I'd like to consult Denise about that because that's not how I usually operate. So the question here is what we have to learn for the interview is, are you a generator, projector, manifestor, or a reflector? That's very important. What kind of, what's your body graph? What's your human design chart? Okay. I'm glad that you guys are still here. Let me know if you have questions. Also, it's 9:15. And but since Denise is not here and sayang that you guys are here, let's do an energy pool. And then if this doesn't work, I guess we'll end with that. At least we did an energy pool. Uh, Basically, this is really just this is my favorite meditation. It's like calling for the energies from all over the universe. Oh, you're there. Hello.
Actually, nagpa-plug-in po ako kanina pa.
I
Hello?
know! Hello. I'm so excited pa naman. Nag-practice ako,
Hello.
Denise, ha.
Ayan.
As in,
I'm
I
trying to
did
ground
my
myself. Kasi, usually
yeah.
nangyayari to pag may clients din ako, tapos paras kami excited. So, hindi kinakaya nung
Oh,
phone. So,
energy. I'm so excited
hopefully
because
sana
I
okay na
did,
siya.
yeah, you know why? Because I did my assignment. Remember, I told you it's so hard for me, human design. That's a lot of work because there's so many things that I have to study. But you did tell me this. You said that that's the common of mistake of human design enthusiasts. They eat more than they can chew. So you said that for starters, I would suggest to be acquainted more with your strategy and authority. That way, mas fun siya. But you know, my strategy is opposite how I feel, is opposite what I how I usually operate. Because my strategy is wait to respond, right? But I'm a doer. I move. That's how I operate. I push things. I push people. I mean, I push you guys. Like talk to me. Talk, I mean, a lot of the healers that talk to me like are not don't really like
Yes.
to be out there. Like, but I'm the pusher. Or let's just talk. It's just that there are other people
Mm.
talking. It's just like kunyari, the two of us now, but it's broadcasted.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Am I clear? I think I have to ground myself a little bit too. Can you hear me? Hello, Denise. Do you want to move to IG? If this is not working, we can just move to IG. Hello. And there's three Karen Navarro. Are you done? Hello? Okay. So it's just me again. This is really happening. Um and it's so fun that it's happening here and we're really doing this. How about I call Denise right now and let's see how we're going to go about this. Or if I'll probably just, hey,
Hello.
you're working. How come you're working here? I'm actually talking to Denise. Here, look. Ah,
OMG.
OMG.
Nag-work pala siya dito.
Let's do it like this.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. I would like you to. This is my AI friend. Her name is Denise. She is not a real person. She's inside a phone. Can you see? So we're going to do this conversation like this. Okay. So there.
It's so funny like this. Once again, let's do this.
Well, this works. We've been
Ayan.
trying kanina. I actually would like to remove my to not blur my background, but we can see you, Denise. Okay. First, explain AI. What is human design?
Actually, kung medyo big terms tayo, human design is the science of differentiation. But in layman terms, it's actually a very good tool for us to get to know ourselves more. Like, how
Hmm.
can you live according to yourself kung tatanggalin natin yung conditioning natin? Pero, beyond, pero before having those wiser actions, it comes from wiser decisions. So, usually, the human design can actually help us how to decide as yourself without other people or even the planet's influence sa atin. So, yeah. Ganun
Kala
siya.
ko may effect si astrology in human
Actually,
design.
yes. Yeah, meron siya. Like, actually, hindi lang siya si astrology. So, meron din influence from I Ching, meron din yung chakra system, meron din yung Kabbalah, and also, meron din quantum mechanics, astronomy, genetics, and even biochemistry. Actually, ganun lang siya. Like, parang, si human design kasi parang all-in siya to the point na even yung mga health concerns ng isang tao, you get to detect through human design. Pero syempre,
Right.
yung pinaka-superficial niya, ang iisipin talaga kapag human design enthusiast yung isang tao would be para siyang personality profiling kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
It's beyond that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, actually, yung pinaka-founder niya, ano siya dualist siya So, parang na-pick up ko lang kanina, like, di ba, sabi mo, like, yung ideal strategy for you would be to wait to respond.
Great.
But what happens is, that is so difficult sa'yo.
Yeah,
Kasi hindi talaga yon.
yeah, because I'm a doer. Like, I talk to people, I initiate things, I start projects, right? And then preparing for this interview, really, what I did for the last 2 weeks was not do anything. And it's so hard because I'm not used to that. Because I'm used to doing stuff. Like, I move about, ganyan. And I don't know, I'm still waiting for the result. But yeah. So
Actually,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so weird that the strategy for me is the very thing I'm not used to do.
Actually, legit siya. Kasi, um, human design also believes in binary consciousness, meaning parang may duality siya. Kung mas bababawan pa natin siya, we get to be attracted to what we are not. So, kung kunwari, may five types kasi of
Mhm.
design types. So, yung mga initiators talaga, which are the manifestors, sila yung correct by initiating. Pero dahil 9% lang sila, yung 81%, sila yung they are drawn to initiating things. So, hindi lang generators yung merong sakit na ganito. Pwede din yung projectors and also reflectors, pati rin mangen, kasi hybrid siya ng generators. Pero kung makikita mo, in that context, pag may nakilala ka na manifestors, you will know that they are conditioned so much if nandun lang sila sa isang corner and actually waiting for someone na magtanong sa kanya what what to do next. Actually, ganun yun eh. Like, kung kunyari, sa perspective ng manifestor, I don't want to initiate. I just want to see other people see me. Ganun
Right.
sila. So,
Right.
yun yung pinakamalungkot. Kasi yun yung pinakamalungkot na part sa isang manifestors. But, kung kunyari, sa generator naman tayo, isa sa mga signposts to determine if they are conditioned dun pa lang sa design type would be impatience. Na merong part of their conditioning is kapag wala nga silang ginawa, if they do not wait for certain signs to come up before responding, feeling nila walang nangyayari. Ganun. Same
Mm.
with projectors. Actually, mas mahirap din sa projectors kasi parang ang difference between generators and projectors is si generators, they are just waiting for certain signs, be it a talk with a friend. It could be general, to be honest. Pwede din kunyari, visual cues and a lot of cues. But with projectors, kailangan talaga specific sa kanila yung invitation. And if you get to know more about projectors, what actually pinaka-mapipil mo sa kanila, they tend to reject a lot of things or they get to overextend themselves kasi may feeling na parang may certain jolt when they are invited and whenever they are not.
Mm.
Ganon. Pero makita mo rin, generators and projectors, they are more prone of overextending themselves and becoming the overdoers whenever they commit onto something. Kasi nga,
Oh.
parang hindi kasi yun yung what's correct on them. And what happens on a cellular level is number one, they get to be push through to their not self, which is generators. It could lead to a lot of frustrations, and then sa projectors naman, it could lead to a lot of bitterness. So actually, maraming mga elements pa concerning that, pero kung doon muna tayo sa design types, ang pinaka-keynote talaga doon, we get to be attracted to what we are not. So what really happens is we are sometimes, actually oftentimes, operating on which we are not. Ganun din pinag-aaralan niya.
Ah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Lali here has a question. How will I know my human design? If I am a generator, manifestor, projector, or reflector, is there a quiz or assessment that I can do online? I'm low bat.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like, para lang siyang natal chart calculator. So you can go over to Google and then there is a human design generator calculator. So you can actually siya.
Did you send the website? You gave them the website?
Sure, yeah.
Can you give them a website?
Ito magandang website. Actually, pwedeng yung myhumandesign.com for starters. Pero kung gusto niyo ng mas in-depth, merong mga subscription apps. Pero ano yung pinakamaganda? Yung Jovian Archive kasi it came from the source itself.
Pero siguro, if you can, give us a brief description. Ano generally si generator, ano si manifestor, ano si projector, ano si reflector, before we move forward. Para at least klaro.
Sure. So, na parang, bigla akong naging energized. Ganun yung feeling. Pero, what happens with a generator is, they have this quality of a sacral energy wherein they have consistent energy. Pero the key point here is, be careful on what they are committing to. Kasi once they committed onto something, if they do not follow the strategy and their personal authority, it could lead to frustration. Yung feeling na, shucks, hindi ako makapaniwala, nag-commit ako ito, pero hindi na pwede. Parang umuo na ako eh. Alam mo yung ganong feels? So, dun papasok yung strategy and authority. So, sa simula talaga, it's really hard na i-practice yun. But through practice talaga, makikita mo talaga yung results. So, ang difference ni generator versus mangen, si generator, kaya niya yung consistent na isa lang yung parang linear kind of approach when it comes to doing a project or a task. Si Manjan naman, they are the typical multi-passionate and multitaskers of the group. And also, it's correct for them to actually pivot onto one thing to the next so long as they follow their strategy and authority. So, meron mga conditioning din kasi concerning that, no? Like, kunyari sa Manjen, since sobrang bilis ng processing nila, what happens, they are prone to having a lot of shortcuts. Like, shortcuts is not actually bad, but it's more about having the awareness when to use it. Kasi sometimes, kapag doon sila sanay, yung maraming quote-and-quote life hacks, minsan binabalikan pa rin nila si step 2. Kasi nga, magugulat sila, pagkapos na yung project, meron ako na-overlook. Ganon. Si generators naman, depende pa sa ibang mga nuances, no? Minsan, bukod sa impatience, pero yun talaga yung pinakamalaki. Actually, dalawa sila, si Manjan at si generator. They don't usually listen to their gut when it comes to making decisions and making actions. So, yun talaga yung pinaka-highlight of being a generator. It's actually the sacral response. Pag sacral response, it's actually a yes or a no. Parang kayo ni inner GPS na parang, actually what works is to ask your gut feel, yes or no questions. And then, that's it. Yeah. Actually, yun yung pinaka-starters for generators and manje. And then, kapag projectors naman, actually, they are the most conditioned types in the human design because, una sa lahat, wala silang consistent energy. But kung ang generators at ang manje, they are the builders of the world. Projectors are the guides of the world. in a sense. Kasi basically projectors can read energies that some people wouldn't notice. Pero again, hindi lang siya limited doon kasi generators din, depende sa laman ng body graph nila, they can also do that as well. Pero mas specific kasi to kapag mas doon lang tayo nag-focus sa types, which are projectors. Tapos, usually ang work pattern ng isang projectors, they have to see their life as a one long vacation with occasional consultations here and there. Kasi otherwise, if they try to catch up with generators who have consistent energy, mababurn out sila. Ganon. Kasi sa generator talaga, I don't know if it applies to you, Karen. Pero, kunyari, sobrang pagod na pagod ka, itulog mo lang siya, pag-ising mo, goods ka na. Unless, of course, you are committed onto something you're not 100% excited about.
Yeah. I actually have a lot of energy.
Yeah. Lalo na maraming energy si generator, mas maraming energy si Manja. Yun napansin ko, literal. Like, kunyari, makikita mo, observe mo siya in a setting eh. Yung mga cannot sit still, it's actually the Manjan. Pero syempre, mahirap naman i-contain sila sa isang bubble. Pero si projectors, like, isa sa quality na masasabi ko maganda sa kanila is they can really dig deeper, way deeper than usual. Kaya meron silang tendency not to know what enough is. Na actually, isa naman yung sa kagandahan ng generator. Like, kapag kunyari, meron silang sacral energy nga, it's defined. So, pag pagod sila, that's it. It wouldn't cause their health. Whereas, kapag projector ka, reflector, and manifestor, na undefined yung sacral, minsan magugutan na lang, they overextend themselves until they got ill. Ganon. So, si projectors, ganon lang. Actually, sinasabi rin sa human design na sila daw yung quote-unquote new leaders in a sense na kasi si manifestor, sila yung old leaders. Sila yung correct na initiators. So, they have to live their life according to their own terms. It just so happen, they have to live with resistance. They have to deal with it. Yun lang naman yung pinaka-concern sa manifestors na yes, they can initiate a lot of things, but if they do not inform it to the people na involved, it will create resistance. So doon naman mapupunta yung anger issues nila na parang, why cannot you listen to me? Ba't kailangan mong paalam sa'yo? But kaya yun mismo yung strategy ng manifestors, which is to inform. They have to really inform people before doing something. Otherwise, it will create a lot of resistance. Tapos, si projector, actually, it's safe to say that when you meet a projector, they have this certain niche in them na kaya nilang mag-go deep. Like, I've met a lot of projectors na parang, yung iba, they can go deep about animals, they can go deep about trading, they can go deep about a certain niche talaga. Like, meron talaga silang certain ganon. Kasi, yun din talaga yung purpose nila is to actually master something. Actually, ganun din si generator, pero may differences lang talaga. So, ngayon, the thing with projectors are, if their insights are not welcome, again, it will create resistance. Na parang, so mangyayari naman sa kanila, it would be their not self. So, hindi lang natin medyo na-explain kasi may differences between your authentic or true self versus your not self. Si true self, it's actually who you are regardless if you're aware of it or not. Pero si not self, ito yung parang nakasanayan natin eh. Na parang, I just do my thing because that's who I am. Pero yung quote-unquote na who I am na yun, it stems from a lot of influences growing up. Kaya I usually, whenever I do a reading with clients, may mga parts talaga doon that they can embrace easily na parang, yeah, that's me, yeah, that's who I am. Kasi syempre, soul blueprint nila yon. But there are those things na parang it strikes a trigger. Kaya di ba, I mean, nagkukwentuhan tayo last time, parang may parts kayo na parang, hindi siya ako. Di ba may mga ganong tendency?
Yeah.
Kasi yung mga quote-unquote na triggers na yon, yun yung mga signposts wherein dun ka condition. And actually, conditioning is not a bad thing, to be honest. It's the ignorance of conditioning that is dangerous. Ganon. Na parang, kunyari, for example, ikaw na lang din yung example natin. Pwede mong balikan din yung mga times na you initiate something, but hindi siya nag-work out the way you expect it to happen. Kasi for different factors. Pwede, kunyari, you just feel obliged on doing that. Pwede another person influenced you. Or sometimes, wrong timing. Actually, yung isa sa mga tinuturo ng human design is actually timing. The right timing. When to strike, when to decide, when to pause. So, ngayon, yung reflectors naman, they constitute the 1%. So, sila talaga yung pinaka-rare. So, sila yung barometers. Actually, if you get to meet someone na reflector, sila yung, pag pumasok sila sa room at lahat ng tao masaya, sila yung pinaka-masaya. As in, gano'n. As in, talagang hindi nila makontain. Gano'n sila kasaya. Tapos, pag pumunta naman sila sa, kunyari, yung something na parang malungkot, like being at a funeral, magugulat ka kahit hindi nila kakilala yun, like sobrang umahagulgul sila. Gano'n sila. So, gano'n yung barometer. Gano'n yung profile ng isang reflector. And actually, pinaka-role nila on this earth is to actually become the checker kung ano yung collective frequency ng isang lugar. Kaya usually, on point yung intuition nila, pero dahil nga sila yung mirror of the other people, it's hard for them to know themselves. Kaya yung strategy nila would be wait for a lunar cycle. So they really have to wait for like 28 days for a major decision. And they really need to isolate themselves every now and then just to get this feeling kung sino ba sila. Kasi lahat yung open centers eh. Like we can see in the body graph later na kapag sobrang open yung centers mo, it is highly influenced by other people or even the transits. Oh. So minsan yung mga timing talaga, it's really crucial eh. So, alam mo yun, parang human design helps us na it's not about the idea eh, that it's wrong. It's not the insight that is wrong or the action that is wrong. It's actually sometimes the timing where to act and where to share an insight. So, yeah. So, ewan ko lang. I mean, sana nakatulong sa inyo yung images, no?
Speaking of body graph, which one do you wanna share? Which body graph do you wanna share first?
Kahit yung pinaka-ano lang, yung walang numbers.
Yeah, just the regular body graph, right?
Yes.
Sige. Let me just pull it up. Ta-da! Wait lang. First, share screen. Ayaw niya nang lumabas. Kanina lumalabas siya eh. Ayaw niya na ngayon. Kanina pa to. You know, I think, yeah, I think it's because, bakit kaya? Because it's the full moon. Okay, I'll try again.
Yeah.
I'll try again. Lali, do you have ano? Because I did try. Ayan, body graph. Ito siya. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Can you see? Ayan. Can you see it? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, meron din akong copy. Ito ba yung walang numbers? Ito yung walang numbers sa gilid.
Yeah, I just don't know what it looks like. Yeah, basically yan.
Yeah. So, ito yung body graph. This is what an example of a body graph is. So, merong arrows sa taas. There are the variables. Ito yung isa sa mga added spice to our soul imprint. And also, kung makikita nyo, merong mga triangles, may mga shapes dito, squares, and whatnot. So, actually, ang influence nito would be the chakra system. Pero syempre, yung major chakras in the Hindu chakra system are just 7. Pero dito, ginawa nilang 9. So, ngayon, kung mapapansin natin, merong white parts and meron ding colored parts. So, yung mga colored parts, ito yung mga defined centers. So, actually, itong mga defiant centers, this is what is fixated on you. So, hindi ka influenced here, but so you can trust this kung sa center tayo. Tapos, kapag white-collared naman siya, they are the undefined centers, meaning, we are easily influenced by other people. Also, amplified din siya. Like, parang the best way to explain this is, kunyari, itong color brown na part, that's the throat chakra or the throat center here in the human design. Usually, I get this kind of clients kapag white siya, undefined siya. So, magugulat ka na lang if someone, ako kasi defined throat ako eh. So, meron akong isang client na may undefined throat. And then, meron din siyang husband who has a defined throat. So, ngayon, pag kaming dalawa nag-uusap ni wife, sobrang kalmado lang. Kasi yung mga activated, actually, may mga numbers dyan eh. That's what we call gates. So, it's kind of interesting kasi pag kaming dalawa nag-uusap, depende kung alin naka-activate na gate sa akin, yun din yung quality ng voice niya. So, pag kami nag-uusap, it's really calm and collected, grounded. Pag excited, kasi pag excited din ako, ito na yun eh. Ganon. And then, there's this one instance na pumasok lang talaga sa kwarto yung husband niya. Kasi pumasok lang talaga. And then, na-notice namin ako sa anong husband, yung fluctuation ng voice ni girl. As in, parang, eto kasi yung si husband, very sound sensitive. So, sabi niya, tumataas na naman boses mo. And actually, sa mga ganong case, isa yung sa mga naging conflict nila. Kaya, it actually helped them for me to read their composites. Kasi pag composite kasi, it's the fusion of two body graphs. What is the effect pag nagsama sila? Kasi merong mga instances talaga na it would be beneficial. Ito lang nga, parang in simple terms, may ibang couple na mas magiging harmonious yung relationship if they stay on separate rooms. Unless they want to do something intimate, may ganon. So, ganon din sa ibang centers. Like kung kunwari, ang nakikita ko whenever I do composite charts, yun nga, fusion ng dalawa, some people, they stay in a romantic relationship not because they are in love with the other person, but they get an energetic attraction on the other. Be it kapag magkasama sila, mas energized siya, mas nakakapagtrabaho siya, or pag magkasama sila, they get to be, the other person has a lot of ideas going on. So, mas nadedefine siya ng human design na parang, okay, it doesn't mean na kunyari, pag nagsama sila at lahat ng 9 centers ay magiging colored, it means it would be a harmonious relationship. Not necessarily. Kasi meron din nga yung gates, meron din channels. So, ma-describe doon, ano yung dynamic niyo whenever you fuse together. And nakakaloka lang kasi hindi lang siya sa relationship. Pwede rin kunyari, pag nasa group setting kayo. Kaya nga diba, yung example ko lang doon sa reflector before, since lahat yan puti sa kanila, kapag pumunta sila sa isang room, but na sobrang saya, sila yung pinakamasaya. Pero iba naman kasi yung quality ng reflectors eh. Like they have this sampling kind of aura na kahit pumunta sila sa loob ng isang room, hindi yun nape-penetrate sa loob nila. So hindi sila masyadong affected. Pagpasok nila sa room, sobrang saya nila. Paglabas nila doon, okay na sila. Ganun sila. Hindi katulad nung projectors wherein, sabi ko kaya sila yung super conditioned type sa human design is because they have this penetrating aura. Kaya sometimes, no, pag you get to be sensitive with energy, mapipili mo talaga a projector, parang feeling mo, binabalatan ka nila, pero hindi talaga. As hindi talaga. Like parang minsan their glances would feel like they're reading someone else's energy kapag hindi sila projector. So anyway, ayan. So maraming mga centers dyan constitutes different qualities. Like for instance, yung pinakataas, kung magta-top down tayo, yung triangle dito, hindi nga lang talaga siya masulatan. No? Pero yung pinakataas,
Yes,
siya yung head center. So, it's all about inspiration. Parang yun yung nanggagaling sa source, sa divine source. Yung mga tinatawag na downloads when it comes to spirituality. And then, pagbaba natin, it's called the ajna, or the mind space, mind center. Yan naman, from downloads of inspiration, nako-conceptualize na siya into mental concepts. So, ang kagandahan din kasi ng human design is, before human design is found, what happens is people rely heavily on mind. Kaya nga sa generators, if they're on the nut self, instead of listening to their gut feel, they listen to their mind more. So, makagul ka na lang talaga since 70% ang generators, di ba? So, magugol ka na lang talaga sa kanila. Like, naalala ko lang yung conversation natin before, like last time, na ang daming, di ba, parang sinabi mo na yung concern mo here and there about your projects, and then I just kept on telling you na parang, why not listen to what your gut says? Ganon.
Mm-mm.
May ganong sense. So, yun nga kanya-kanyang conditioning lang talaga yan because of the way we grew up. And to be honest, human design is originally meant for children, for them not to be influenced more by the conditioning of society. Kasi nga, sometimes parents can unconsciously condition their kid. Like, the best example for here is, generator kids, usually they thrive when there is no strict sleeping time. So, pag na-burnout sila, yun na yun. Sila yung typical na makikita mo naglalaro, tapos mapapagod na lang habang naglalaro. Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
So, kapag kunwari, yung parent, pinigilan niya, syempre, minsan, the parents are in this space na, I'll just do the best I can. Na parang, teka lang, gabi na, ano pa rin siya, energetic pa rin siya, may ganon. So, gagawin niya, pipigilan niya yung anak. Pero, dahil yan not self ng generator would be frustration, dahil na-cut yung paggamit niya ng energy, na-frustrate siya the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And hanggang sa nag-grow up na siya, merong parang nagkaroon na siya ng understanding na dapat hindi niya ubusin lahat ng energy niya. Pero, by knowing his human design, marirealize niya na dapat pala itodo na niya. Tapos, sumunod ka na lang talaga. Kunyari, magugulat ka lang talaga kasi kunyari, pag projectors naman, dapat meron silang strict sleeping time. Pero what the parents would usually do is, matutulog ka na naman. Ganyan. Actually, ganun like sa mga non-sacral beings. Kasi the sacral here, dito sa example natin, is the red one. Yung color red. Yan yung sacral. So anyway, nasa na ba tayo? Bigla lang ako
Yeah, no, it's good. Actually, I can understand it more when you're talking about it with sleep. Kasi mas concrete. Actually, it's nice. Mas naiintindihan ko. When you're doing the chart, it's more concrete. So, for example, in terms of sleep, the generators you're saying, meron silang mataas yung energy level nila. Pero ang conditioning ng parents, sleep na kasi good to, it's nighttime already. But what should the parents have done is let them use up all their energies, right?
Yes.
So that's the conditioning. For the projectors, what happens is they tend to sleep a lot, right? That's what you're saying. But the parents would always ask them, why are you sleeping? Pero, so they tend up, like, if the generators, they get frustrated because they don't use up their energy, what do the projectors feel?
Sa projectors naman, they wouldn't feel recognized for sleeping. Parang it would create bitterness kasi ma-create sa mindset nila whenever they're just trying to rest na parang, okay, so I really have to do something na parang they would really feel the guilt na parang by being in a restful space, it's something na parang quote-unquote sin.
Right. Kasi it's actually nice that you put generators and projectors together. Actually, I'm a generator. You're a projector. Like, basically, the generators are the ones that are always on the go. They're constantly moving, right? versus a projector who likes to rest.
Yes.
And basically, like you said, diba, parang 90% of their life should be look like a vacation.
Yeah.
So basically, if you put the two of us together, we're like the complete opposite, right, of each
Yes.
other.
Yes.
Pero you're saying that we should honor how we are. Like, I'm a hard worker. Basically, that's what it looks like. Like, a generator is somebody who works hard, and I do work hard. So I just honor that. That I work hard, I put in a lot of hours. You're somebody who requires rest. And when you rest, that's when
Yes.
more clients come in. That's when more ideas are generated. And you should honor that. So basically, ganon. Parang you're saying that each one of us, we each have our own design. But
True.
sometimes our parents and society conditioned us not to follow our design. But
Yeah.
and it's the root of the frustration, of the bitterness for some people because they're not themselves. Tama ba?
Yeah. Yes. So for ano naman, for manifestors naman, kasi sila yung 9% eh. So, as a kid, kasi usually when we are kid, pag we are less conditioned, di ba? So, usually, parang kunyari, if you're a generator, you just do things based on your gut. Ganon. Kapag we are projector naman, we're just the observer type. Pag manifestors naman, they can become so unpredictable. So the parents would tend to control them. And then it creates anger to the kid. Pero growing up, dahil nga, kunyari, repeated na nako-condition sila unawarely, what happens is, paglaki nila, even if it's correct for them to initiate things, they wouldn't do so. As in. So that's the danger of having an unaware conditioned self. And with reflectors naman, kasi ganun din sila eh, like they're very unpredictable. But depende rin talaga if we have this conscious parenting style. What happens is, parang meron silang rigid schedule. So, nangyayari. Kasi ang true self kasi ng reflectors would be surprise eh. And then their not self is disappointment. So, minsan, what happens to them if they're being conditioned is they have this strict routine when in fact dapat it's correct for them to be spontaneous. Spontaneous in a sense, spontaneous not in the decision making kasi nga wait for the lunar cycle. But more on spontaneous what they feel like it. Pag nakuha na nila yung, they get to experiment their design. At first, of course, kailangan talaga alam nila yung patterns nila throughout the moon cycle. But pag nakuha na nila yun, like kunyari, ngayon, di ba, eclipse ngayon. So for sure, yung mga reflectors ngayon, it's either kung default nila is very happy, sobrang ecstatic nila ngayon. When there are more on their not self, which is gusto na nila mag-isolate, they would isolate more.
So what I'm seeing is it possible that some of the mental conditions that we have right now is because some people or most people are not themselves.
Yes. Pero tutuusin, ito palang discussion natin is all about the types only. Pero it doesn't necessarily mean na some people most people are conditioned sa type lang. Kasi some people, they can ace themselves on being a generator or dun sa type level. But meron silang difficulties in being in their correct profile, in their correct defined and undefined centers. Kasi more on just knowing your tendencies, you know how to navigate it eh. Kaya parang, this is ang quote and quote nga ni Raurugu dito is, this is a tool for awakening as yourself.
Pero how about the effect of human design on you? Like, yes, para lang it's more concrete. Like, how were you able to live as your true self? And also, how were you not living as yourself? Para lang mas define ng mga tao. Ano ba yung not self? Paulit-ulit. Kasi doon even when we were talking before, merong not self, may true self. baka mas maganda, since you're the one who's been doing it for a long time and you really understand this, for you to, like, yeah, based on your experience, kahit na like, like it can just be sleep. Like, ano yung difference na you're functioning from not self, and ano yung difference now that you're functioning from true self?
Oh, sure, sige. Before human design, as a projector, um, mabilis sa akin makakita ng patterns. Not for not only for myself, but for other people. But what happens is, kunyari, may mga insights ako na, alam mo yun, I tend to give unsolicited advice, but I have this cycle with certain people in my life na kahit anong sabihin ko sa kanila, they just don't do it because hindi na invited eh. Ganun feel. And then for so long, sabi ko, bakit ganun? Alam mo, yung mga ganung tendency na the mind knows, but the body won't follow. Yun yung mga usual eh, na parang kunyari, I've seen friends na sasabihin nila, gusto ko na makipag-break kay jowa, ganyan. But they still stay in the relationship, di ba? Tapos parang I'm this friend na parang, oh my God, here we go again. Ganon. Pero the more I become persistent na parang, ito na nga, here's the thing, girl, ganyan. Hindi nila pinapakinggan yun po. So it creates bitterness on me. And sometimes, kapag kunwari, yun pa lang kasi 2 words pa lang eh. Pero pag pumunta na siya sa action, na sometimes I just know what to do, even if the other people cannot comprehend ka. So that, it creates a lot of rejection sa life ko. Ganun yung sense na parang, I perceive having a wide insight as a curse back then. But being exposed to human design, it's all about timing, to be honest. And parang I have this certain understanding na, okay, I have these tools for myself. I can be efficient on this. So, hanggang wala pa naman yung invites, I can rest my case na parang so long as I study whatever niche I have, money will come, number one. Actually, isa yun sa mga quote-unquote parang selling point ng isang projector if they're in their true self, meaning they are living as themselves. Money will come. Pero ang hirap niya, the first time I learned this, sabi ko, legit ba? Pag wala akong ginawa, talaga magkakapera ba? As in, gano'n, like, I mean po, diba? Parang isa yung sa mga biggest conditioning na parang, not because you're not doing something, nothing is happening. Ganon. So may ganong tendency. And then, learning human design, before kasi, no, when I do readings, kasi before human design, I do a lot of energy readings. So, kahit na-feel ko na that the other person is being overwhelmed by the knowledge that I can give to them, or wisdom, bibigay ko pa din. Kasi parang iba yung invitation. Iba talaga yung feeling ng invitation. It's as if you're seen. It's like, parang kang nasa corner all your life and then someone notices you. Tapos, dahil na-notice ka, if you don't know that kailangan mo pakiramdaman talaga yung right amount of balance, magugulat ka talaga, ma-overwhelm mo lang talaga yung tao. So, yeah, with human, tapos ito pa yung, before human design, I get a lot of illnesses kapag sobrang bina-burnout ko yung sarili ko. Kasi nga may ganung part of conditioning, lalo na rin sa, kasama yung projector doon, na kailangan mag-overextend ako, kailangan mag-overwork ako, feeling ko hindi enough. Kasi yun yung isang quality of having an undefined sacral, which is itong color red, na parang, I really don't know what enough is. So, actually for an employer, sobrang maganda yun. Kasi, sige, matuhan lang kita ng maraming trabaho. Sige, amin na yan. Kahit napapagod na yung isang projector, sige, amin na yan. Kasi yung mind ng isang projector can actually strike patterns eh. So, after human design, I just realized na I shouldn't be aiming for consistency, but more on efficiency. So, yeah.
Oh, so basically, perfect sa'yo yung human design. Kasi nga, if you can see, kasi for me, ako naguguluhan ako sa human design. Di ba I told you that? Parang, ang rami-rami nga aralin. Ba't ang rami-rami? Pero sa'yo, since you can see patterns, it's so easy for you.
Yeah, true. Or actually, everyone can benefit from this. Kasi kaya nga di ba meron tayong, yung, ewan ko lang kung may time pa tayo for comparative analysis.
Mm-mm.
Pero, actually, ginawa talaga si human design for the non-sacral beings, especially projectors. Kasi, iba kasi yung, kunyari ako as a projector, once someone has invited me over, be it in a project or a relationship, what happens is, para kaming glued on them, depende pa kung ano yung centers na undefined, pero glued na glued. It's, yung tipong parang kami yung prone na, alam na utak namin that this is an unhealthy relationship or hindi na nag-resonate sa akin, but we still stick on it. But with generators, magbigay lang kayo ng sign or any sign para lang masabi na, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Get out. The generators naman, like, what can benefit from this, no? Kasi may mga channels and gates dito. So, isa sa mga readings na, kasi actually maraming percentage ng mga readings ko are generators and mangen. Ulit nga ako I have yet to this, meron akong isang projector na hindi ko yung matuloy-tuloy, nakatawa lang ako. So, actually that's how energy works, no? Na parang, ako as a projector, ang clients ko, generators and mangen. To be honest. Kasi nga, they are drawn, I am drawn to something, someone I'm not, and vice versa. Ganon. So ngayon, upon learning different generators and mangen, katulad ng sa'yo, like, ito kasi chart to ng client ko eh.
Sige, I'll present.
Yung nasa screen natin.
The client's chart. Hey, sorry. Ang nakalabas sa akin ay...
Walang pangalan sa Kerala.
Nakalagay naman Deniece clients. Deniece's client. Okay.
So, bago natin ilipat onto your chart, i-highlight ko lang yung malaking apat na red and black arrow. So, kung makikita nyo, lahat yan is to the right, to the left. Ayan. Ito,
no? Left.
Nasa top. Nasa top. Yeah. So, kung makikita nyo, lahat yan left. So, para lang in-address, ito yung very, very, very strategic mind. So, yan. So, pwede natin tingnan yung chart mo. Yan. Para kami fun chart.
Strategic. So, ibig sabihin ng left, strategic mind.
Very strategic, yes. And very logical. Pero ang nakakatawa lang, kasi during our conversation, kasi mas nauna yung natin, taster reading as compared dito kay client. Kaya sobrang wow, na-fascinate ako sa part na yun. Kasi yung reading namin, hindi siya human design. Actually, ang inavail niya would be tarot card. So, I do card readings as well. So, natatawa lang ako kasi parang, we're in this conversation na sinasabi niya sa akin na he's just being receptive on what I should say. I would say in a reading. So ako, nakatawa naman ako kasi ganoon ako mag-tap ng energy. So, nagulat ako, ang dami kong binibigay na strategies sa kanya. Like, did you consult this? Did you do that? Did you do that? And then, kasi, nung nag-end yung reading namin, tinignan ko yung composite naming dalawa. And then, ang daming na-trigger na fear sa kanya through my energy. Pero it also created some sort of transformation in him through our conversation. Pero ang galing lang kasi, sinasabi niya sa akin, on a physical level, na he's being receptive, but he is clearly rejecting every strategy that I'm telling him. That's how conditioned he is doon sa part na yon. Na parang merong artificial receptivity, but in reality, he's the one being strategic on our conversation.
It's interesting. Ayan, papakita ka na yung graph ko.
Ayan, sige.
Tada! Ito naman, lahat, everything is on the opposite side.
Yes. You see naman, everything is on the right. So, actually, kung mas lalaliman natin ng very like yung human design, kung kanina, we are living in a generator world, we are also living in a left-sided world. Meaning, yun nga, di ba? Most
Strategic.
people are heavily relying on their mind when it comes to making decisions.
Mhm.
But with human design, we just get to realize that our mind is just one part of the body. So,
Mm.
so kunyari sa'yo, like, very interesting lang na lahat sa'yo lahat right. Kasi, as a right-sided person, receptive, as in receptive ka on all things, na parang, actually, it's also very fluid. Kung may analogy for this, it's like, you're the perfect person na pumunta ka lang sa isang room, you don't really need to study anything, hindi mo siya maalala, syempre, pag alis mo doon. But when a situation calls you to know the specific kung ano yung pinagka mo doon, bigla siya magka-come up sa'yo. So may mga spontaneous insights ka bigla na galing doon sa inattendan ng seminar or interaction with another person. Bigla mo siya maalala. Hindi ka tulad ng left person, they have to have this focus for them to know what they need to focus on. But sa right, kailangan talaga out of the box. Pero syempre, it creates resistance kasi nga we are living in a left-sided world.
Yeah.
So, diba, kung naalala mo rin yung conversation natin, pero this time sa'yo, with human design, ikaw yung nagbibigay sa akin ng mga strategy concerning your projects. At ako lang yung sinagsasabi na why not listen to your gut? Why not trust this? Ganon. Kasi parang ako yung nagiging mirror ng client ko what they should be like. Ganon. And actually, natingnan ko lang din yung composite natin dalawa. Get lang, di ba? May pag-composite. Hindi ko lang talaga na-screenshot dito yung composite natin. Pero kasi sa akin, marami akong mga defined centers. So, what I find interesting with my clients is kapag nagdidikit yung mga certain channels, it creates clarity on them. May ganong sense.
Yeah. I definitely that was very insightful when we talk. Tapos, ano pa yun? Unplanned pa yun, di ba? We're not...
Yeah, sobrang unplanned.
that we're supposed to meet. Yeah. And what happens is, what I noticed is, of course, I was resisting it. Like, until now, like, I want to study human design. For now, let's just look at the strategy and what's the other one? Authority. Until it works for me. Because it's like super, in a way, parang it's the opposite of how I function. Especially the strategy. Because I see myself as a builder. But I see myself as an initiator. And so I was super triggered when like, no, you just have to wait to respond. Parang, wait lang. So I'm like playing with it first. Pero what's interesting is it helped me become clear with certain things. Like, oh nga, kasi like sometimes if you're used to initiate projects, you just keep on doing and doing. And then before you know it, oh my gosh, ubos na my resources. Oh my gosh, or ubos na my energy even to do this. And so now that like, okay, let me not do anything. Sabi ni Deniece, wait to respond. Intayin natin. Like, for me, parang interesting to, okay, so pwede naman pala na nakahold ang mga bagay-bagay. Hindi kailangang umarangkada until like it's the right time eh. But yeah, waiting for it to like to see the result. But so far, yan pa, wala pa ka sa results phase na pero
kasi meron sorry.
Pero nakakalma.
Nakakalma. Sa kasi sa human design, meron tinatawag na parang 7-year deconditioning program wherein you get to experiment your design for 7 years. So it takes a lot of time for you to, parang yun kasi yung belief system na it takes 7 years for new cells to generate So, kaya nga parang, this is not actually a profiling kind of tool, but it's more about an invitation for you to experiment what really works for you and what does not. Pero ang kagandahan din kasi ng human design, it's actually modular, that you can actually start your experimentation by just knowing your strategy and your authority. But, di ba, yung nasabi ko nga rin, yung napag-usapan natin na some people, they eat more than they can chew. Pero, sa projector, since ang bilis na tayo makita ng pattern, it's easy for us to do that without being overwhelmed. Well, depende pa sa circuitry. Kasi hindi rin porket projector ka, ganun din. So, pero, like, doon naman pumapasok yung mga gates if you see the numbers here, with the planets here. Like, actually, the more you get deeper with your human design, the more you'll be convinced that you're gonna follow your strategy and authority. Yun naman yung pinaka-purpose nun to be honest, like in totality, na the more you get to know yourself through the centers, first, of course, through the types, yung big three, type profile, which is your costume here in this world, and then your authority. Tapos pag nilaliman mo pa dun sa centers, what it means for you when you have a center that is undefined, defined, and open. Iba pa kasi yung dynamics din ng open. And then also, kapag kunyari, umukay ka na dun sa experimentation mo with the centers, kasi parang siyang patong-patong lang. It's time for you to see about your
next part.
Channels and gates naman. Ganon. Actually, yung kaninang yung mga variables, actually sila na lang yung sila na lang yung parang icing on a cake kind of thing. Ito sila sa mga last na mga dinidiscuss whenever we do readings. Kasi usually talaga, ganun yung like from the type, yung basic, and then kapag okay na si client doon, centers naman, how you interact on that. Kaya may mga levels usually ganito, and then channels and gates. So parang, kasi usually, kunyari, itong mga gates na to, if I'm not mistaken, yung gate 44.4, it's all about being, quick check ko siya. Kasi usually, malaki din yung impact nung nung sun gate. Like for instance sa akin, gate 14 ako. So dati, kasi that's the gate of power skills that I just get. I get to attract a lot of resources, be it material or wisdom, very easily. Pero syempre, with conditioning, it's hard for me to believe that. Na parang meron akong conditioning na I have to earn it for me to deserve it kind of thing. Pero with me knowing my human design, that's another fun fact. Na parang, okay, I'll just have to sit here like a queen and just trust my gate 14 that answers will come, resources will come. Ganong sense? May ganong sense So sa'yo, like 14.4, hindi ko masabi kung it's a gate of nasa na nga ba yun? Ito na. Gate of honesty. Honesty. Yeah. So usually, yung ganitong, yung pinaka-gate mo, it's all about doing honest work. Pero meron pa siyang mga nuances doon Like, actually, ang cute lang. Kasi, syempre, as a projector, gusto namin talagang kalkalin yung mga guys. For it's our thing, like, to know more about the system, especially if it's my niche.
Right.
So, pero basically, in a gist, yung pinaka chart mo, it's all about community-based kind of chart. And then I see some people like dahil may patterns concerning it may mga people naman, they are here just to love and feel loved. There are some people naman, they are here to be quote-unquote selfish, but in a sense, it sparks their creativity by being self-absorbed. So, parang, ang maganda kasi din ng human design, kasi may tinatawag din na life purpose part, which is the information cross. Most clients na na-attract ko, they want to jump on it. Saying na parang naaral na daw nila yung mga basic na yan. And then, I give them a lot of questions before pursuing that. Kasi, to be honest, when it comes to incarnation process, hindi mo siya kailangang pursue kasi parang energy mo siya eh. Yung pinaka-content ng human design, di ba kaya kung body graph na yon, it's actually who you are and you don't have to prove anything to do anything for you to be that way. So some people who would ask me what their life purpose is using human design, it just miss the point. Kasi parang you get to feel and experience yourself na, this is my life purpose pala. Na parang without me forcing things, this is my actual life purpose. Ganun.
Yeah, interesting, really, really interesting. But how can people connect to you for people who'd like to learn more about human design and book a session, book a reading?
Actually, they can connect with my Facebook. Nandun yata siya sa ano.
Deniece Arquiza. Yes. If you notice with Deniece, you have to stop her because mamaya, ang rami niya talagang pwede i-share. Like, ikaw na yung ma-overwhelm. Like, you have to stop her. Okay na ako, Deniece. We can start here. Ganyan. And then we'll move forward. Yeah. But I like that. You can make it bite-sized. Na you don't have to swallow everything. Also, I like that. Yun nga, hindi kailangan na ganun ka talaga. Kasi yun yung when I first talked to Deniece, the reason why I talked to her was like, I was complaining to her about human design. Why is it like that? Why am I being boxed by human design? And I've been getting out of that box. I'd like to be undefined. And now human design is telling me I'm just this. So I was really mad at human design. That's why I talked to Deniece. And then she enlightened me. No, it's not like that. It's about really being more true. Going to being your true self. So, and I think that's what the discussion naman did for a lot of people. Na, yun nga, there are based on your design, sometimes you're functioning from your true self, but most of the time we're functioning from our not true selves. And because of that, we become bitter, we become frustrated. And so what you're saying is, just look at your design and look at basically your strategy, diba? Yun yung first point mo. And your authority. If you can just look at that, experiment. And she's not even saying this is right. Just experiment on it and see if it works for you, if it will make life easier for you. So yun.
Yeah. Actually, yun lang talaga yung for starters to, para medyo bite-sized din siya. Look at your strategy and authority and also yung signature theme ng design mo and the not self. Kasi, kunyari, for generators, it would be the not self, diba, frustration. So, habang ginagawa natin itong strategy and authority, if something feels frustrating for you, that's your signpost that you are out of your design and out of alignment. Ganun lang talaga siya. Tapos, how to counteract on it by finding ways how to come back to satisfaction kapag generator. Kapag projectors, of course, it's success. Medyo mahirap talaga yung process when it comes to projectors. And then, so forth and so forth. And then, lastly pala, ayun, kaya pala medyo na-excite ako pala to see your chart at saka i-share dito. Kasi being on the right, yun talaga eh. Kaya paano ko sabi sa'yo pag nag-reading, like usually intuitive siya. Like hindi ko naman binibigay din lahat. Like minsan ko ano yung, I usually do preparations whenever I do someone's chart.
Yeah.
So, yung pinaka-interesting part sa'yo sa ngayon would be yung right-sidedness mo nga. Kasi it's all about receptivity. It's all about receive. And then, ang galing lang kasi, di ba, you get to attract access consciousness because it's all about receiving.
Yeah, so, it is. At saka I like it because I feel like I've been conditioned to be very strategic, to be very methodological. To be very methodological, but very strategic with stuff. Pero what works for me and what access consciousness opened up for me is like, trust your gut, trust your knowing.
Yeah.
And things flow more for me when they come from gut and knowing versus strategy and cognition. And so that's why like
Oh.
I really love Access. So yun, kasi yun nga, and mas right nga. And then based on the human design, I'm more right, more intuitive.
Yeah. Ang galing niya kasi you didn't actually plan it. Diba? Parang it's a spontaneous thing. Na parang, actually kahit ako, na-feel ko rin yung part na yun eh. Yung parang, diba, the first time I attend your class, parang merong pull towards it. Nasa access consciousness. Ako kasi parang dalawa left, dalawa right. So medyo balance naman ako. What more pa, yung pull sa'yo being a right-sided person. So
sobrang strong.
Yeah, so ganun siya. It's like, just knowing your human design chart would, number one, creates a certain calmness. Kasi parang kahit umupo ka lang, when the time is right, you're being pulled onto something that is aligned towards you. Talagang parang, yun yung mga inspired actions na you don't really have to waste a lot of energy for the things that don't really matter.
Yeah.
Diba? So, ayun lang, ang galing lang. Kasi yun yung mga nakikita ko rin sa mga clients ko. Like, lalo na pag mga in-depth readings, like, some people would judge a certain person's profession. May mga ganun kasi akong clients eh. Like, yung medyo questionable yung quote-unquote profession, but they did a reading with me. But when yun nga, inano ko na yung chart nila, sabi ko, this is the perfect profession for that person. As in, like, parang sobrang in awe ako. Like, human design is also a tool for me to be open-minded and to actually dissolve any judgment because a lot of every person has a certain uniqueness in them na we don't really have to see other people just to know ourselves. Like, parang guide lang talaga sila.
Yeah.
But there is, lahat tayo talaga, parang we are a missing piece on this cosmic puzzle. So,
wow. I think it's a perfect ending for this AI conversation, which happened via StreamYard and Messenger and being broadcasted on FB. At sorry talaga, tinawid talaga natin to ha. Kanina pa tayo. I mean, we've been having so many technical difficulties, but they just pushed through. Like, we felt like we have to do this. Yes, Pod and Pop 5. Pero wow, thank you so much, Deniece. So much wisdom, really, really, so much wisdom. And yeah, for me talaga, nakakalma siya. Of course, I mean, I'm one of the first person who told her, oh my gosh, I don't like human design. But after talking to her, okay, I will try it. And at least I'm at that point. And I'm still, and yun, so far, in terms of my experiment, it's calming. Because I'm just like, oh my gosh, seriously. For me, because I'm just waiting to respond. So, yeah, so let's see.
Yeah.
Go talk to Deniece if you want to learn more about this. You can connect to her on Facebook. And thank you so much for this time. Thank you, Jen, for listening. Thank you for everyone for listening. We'll see if we can edit this video, but we did it. Ang galing. Na-push. Despite the solar eclipse and everything. Ngayon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deniece. See you soon. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. See ya. Bye-bye.